Okay, this is a pellet basket. I made this for my rocket stove. It works amazing when it works, and there are ways to fine tune what I'm doing. Basically, I need to make a new rocket stove to really do it properly, but it's kind of fun to see what I can get away with what I have. I made this with 3/8 rebar. I had like a 10-foot piece, and I cold bent it in the vise or in the hammer, and then I made this curve right here, and the pellet's sitting here, and it works great, but then it does clog up with pellets. And if you look, these slots are a little bit too thin. The pellets are 1/4 inch. This should be about 3/16 and maybe a little bit staggered here and there, which I've actually sort of done. But right now I'm going to try to stagger it a little bit more with I'm going to take the MagneGas, the amazing MagneGas torch, which is super hot, and I'm going to heat up some of these and then bend them maybe in a little bit so that hopefully the pellets can fall out a little easier and it won't clog up so much. I'm also working on another rocket stove project, but I have to make, well, this is the basket right here, and I need to refine it a little bit because that thing was cranking heat. It was amazing. So it's really fun, the pellets. I didn't realize, I mean, once you do it, you're like, whoa. Because it's kind of a more consistent heat than just sticks as fuel in the rocket stove. You know, I mean, you know the whole deal. But if you don't, then check it out. All right, so here we go. Okay, the MagneGas. Oxygen. I'm trying to tone it down a little bit. All right, guess I'll do this one here. Maybe I'll crank it up a little. It's kind of cold in here. It's not that cold, but a little bit. And it makes this cold steel cherry red very quickly. It'll be interesting to see, I don't know if I use this thing a lot, how long these rebar pieces will last. I don't think they would last that long because it's not like stainless steel. But, and also, you know, after I heat some of these up with the MagneGas, will that affect it, you know? So yeah, I want to try to get the whole thing pretty cherry red. I'll probably crank it up more. I've just got a welding, like an acetylene welding tip on here. I think a number 1 or 2. I should know that. It's not a cutting torch, which I also have, but this uses a little less MagneGas and it's a little more direct. Alright, I'm going to see if I can do this. It might need to be more cherry red. It's a little tricky with the steel is a little bouncy, I found. But maybe not if I don't want to cut it. I don't want to get it too hot. right, I'll see how that works. Yeah, it's totally malleable right now. So freaking hot. All right, I guess I'm trying to get this, push this down because I'm not getting enough air underneath the slots. But that one, oh, actually, it went up because I broke it. Okay, so that's okay. And note how I can just, I mean, you know, totally hold this part here. All right, I didn't do the best weld though, but that's okay because now I can fire it up. And bend that down. And you know, I don't even really, I want to braze these things also with the MagneGas. I've been using my MIG welder for now. Just because it's probably a bit better, stronger than brazing, but brazing is really strong too. And it'd be interesting to see how it could handle the heat in the rocket stove and things like that. Because the good thing about the brazing is it's easy to disassemble, because you can just heat it up and disassemble. You know, it's kind of like a bit like, let's see what happens here. Oh, actually, I didn't want that. I'm gonna just heat this up like crazy, and then I'm gonna hammer dog it. I don't want to. So I may just leave that there, because then it can move around a little bit with the heat in the combustion chamber, and maybe shake the stuff off. We'll see if these welds hold, or if I can do them better. But that's the cool thing about the baskets, is it's so much power, and there's ways to manipulate it. And I haven't even started doing this, but the videos I've been watching, this guy David S. in the UK is amazing, and Peapody, he's also from the UK. He's awesome. But David S. has built this cool rocket stove, that boiler that is just amazing. So check that out on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna I'll call that quits for this video. I don't want it to be too long, but I'm gonna do more kind of basically like that. And I'll be doing some brazing and making some more of these better ones soon, very soon, because they're fun to play with. And I've got another rocket stove plan happening. Okay, over and out.